Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Asia Sharma. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Thursday, the 11th of January. US issues new travel advisories to citizens, tell reconsider plans to Pakistan. India's apex court orders re-investigation into more than 180 cases from the 1984 anti-Sikh riots. And Nepal CPN UML chief blames government of trying to prolong its tenure. And now for all the details. The United States has urged its citizens to reconsider their travel to Pakistan by making a 4-point safety ranking system for different countries public. The US State Department on Wednesday unveiled the way to warn its citizens with an interactive world map.
The United States on Wednesday urged its citizens to reconsider their travel to Pakistan by making a 4-point safety ranking system for different countries public. The US State Department has issued the travel advisory against Pakistan, considering it risky due to terrorism. US President Donald Trump alleges Pakistan of providing safe havens to terrorists. He had also tweeted against Islamabad and blamed it for continuing to provide safe haven to militants on its territory. He said that the US has foolishly handed Pakistan more than $33 billion in aid over the last 15 years while getting nothing in return. Later, the US announced it was suspending aid worth $255 million as well as the transfer of military equipment and security-related funds to Islamabad.
India's apex court on Wednesday ordered that 186 cases from the 1984 anti-Sikh riots in capital New Delhi be reopened and probed by a 3-member special investigation team. One of the darkest chapters in the capital's history, the riots killed nearly 3,000 persons that broke out following the assassination of then Indian Prime Minister Indira Gandhi.
India's apex court on Wednesday ordered a new special investigation team or SIT to re-investigate over 180 cases from the anti-Sikh riots in 1984 that killed nearly 3,000 people. The anti-Sikh riots broke out after the assassination of then Indian Prime Minister Indira Gandhi and claimed 2,433 lives in New Delhi alone. The riots in New Delhi, among India's bloodiest in modern times, were in retaliation against the assassination of Gandhi by her Sikh bodyguards. Most of those killed in the riots were Sikhs.
The Supreme Court has constituted a fresh SIT to re-investigate the 186 cases pertaining to the killing of the Sikhs in 1984.
Gandhi's assassination in October 1984 was carried out in revenge for her decision to send the Indian army to flush Sikh separatists out of the Golden Temple, Sikhism's holiest shrine, in northern Amritsar town in June 1984. The raid damaged the shrine, enraging Sikhs. The government says nearly 3,000 Sikhs were killed in the riots following her death, while some human rights activists say the figure was close to 4,000.
India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Wednesday interacted with over 40 leading economists and experts to deliberate on economic policy roadmap for promoting growth and employment. The participants during the same expressed their views on a wide range of issues including agriculture, rural development and health.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Wednesday interacted with over 40 leading economists and experts to deliberate on economic policy roadmap for promoting growth and employment in capital New Delhi. The participants expressed their views on a wide range of issues including agriculture, rural development and health during the event. The program was organized by Indian government's policy think tank Niti Aayog.
The suggestions have been of both the natures. One, some directed for the immediate budget, and then others for a longer-term structural reforms that were going to be undertaken. So I think they were both of those.
Prime Minister Modi during the intervention thanked various participants for their observations and appreciated the suggestions that had come from them. The meeting comes ahead of a federal budget which is expected to be released next month in India.
In news from Nepal, Nepal CPN UML chief KP Sharma Oli has blamed the government of trying to prolong its tenure by delaying announcement of temporary provincial capitals and appointment of provincial chiefs in the country. Oli said the government is delaying the essential task on different pretexts.
Nepal's CPN UML chairperson KP Sharma Oli on Wednesday blamed the Premier Sher Bahadur Deoba's government of trying to prolong its tenure by delaying announcement of temporary provincial capitals and their chiefs. Expressing dissatisfaction over the delay of new government formation, Oli said the government is dilly-dallying the essential tasks on different pretexts. Oli also highlighted the reasons for the delay by remembering how the government brought up the issue of National Assembly or NA ordinance earlier. Premier Deoba had recently concluded an emergency cabinet meeting after which the crucial date of NA polls, that is February 7, was decided. The disputes between political parties over the modality of electing the NA members were one of the reasons for the delay in new government formation.
Moving on to news from Afghanistan, housed in a shipping container decorated beautifully with paintings, an organization in Afghan capital Kabul is providing special classes to B1 children and teenagers. The organization aims to hone the creative talents of kids in the fields of art, music and handicrafts.
An organization in Afghan capital Kabul is nowadays holding special training classes for vulnerable children and teenagers in fields of music, art and handicrafts. The youngsters travel to the western part of the capital and learn to own their skills inside a shipping container decorated beautifully by colorful paintings. The institution, which was established 5 years ago under the tutelage of owner Naeem Karimi, was set up to impart training to youngsters and discover their creative talents.
از خوبی‌های کانتینری هست که از یک جای به جای دیگه انتقال میکنه. در مراحل اولش برای ما کم سخت بود و ما کار کردیم که باید بین مردم میرفتیم.
خب ما مثلا میتونیم در اینترنت پارتیم یک دیکور خانه با یا برای یک جایی که می‌خواستی مقبول شوی را بونی.
The vibrant classroom provides an array of positivity for the children and helps them contribute to the family income by making handicrafts and selling them.
Residents of Imphal city in India's northeastern Manipur province recently thronged an amusement park to light up a winter night as they launched sky lanterns as part of their province's first Lantern Festival.
Hundreds of lanterns lit up the night sky in Imphal as the northeastern city of India's Manipur province hosted its first Lantern Festival. Residents from across the city gathered in an amusement park to release lanterns in the sky on a winter night. Many local bands also performed during the festival.
Actually, I showed this business by internet after showing some TV channel, and my wife suggests me to do all this festival in our garden. So we have decided to do in this particular on this after Bye New Year. So we have decided to do it today.
The sky lanterns, also known as sky candles, fire balloons or even lava blimps. These are small hot air balloons made of paper which have been traditionally made for centuries across Asia and other parts of the world as part of festivities.
Spectators in India's western Gujarat province were enthralled by an international kite festival held in Rajkot city on Wednesday. The one-day-long event saw the participation of more than 70 countries.
Colorful kites of different shapes and sizes during an international kite festival on Wednesday dotted the skyline of India's western Gujarat province as over 150 participants battled to outdo each other. The day-long festival in Rajkot city witnessed participation from more than 70 countries like Switzerland, France and England. Spectators during the event were left spellbound by kites of unique shapes like of a lizard, smiley emoticon, monsters and cartoon characters.
इतनी बड़ी पतंग है यहाँ पे हमें देख के मतलब बहुत मजा आता है ये कभी देखने को नहीं मिला.
We fly our Aladdin right now. It's 12 kilos, 13 meters. We made it for India here, and I hope the people enjoy it.
The Kite Festival comes ahead of the Hindu harvest festival of Makar Sankranti. People fly kites in the run-up to the festival celebrated every year on January 14th. Makar Sankranti also heralds the coming of spring.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. US issues new travel advisory to citizens, tells reconsider plans to Pakistan. India's apex court orders reinvestigation into more than 180 cases of 1984 anti-Sikh riots. And Nepal CPN UML chief blames government of trying to prolong its tenure. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.